Good morning. This is a site plan review committee meeting for April 23rd, 2019. Committee members present this morning include Dana Brangiforti, our city assessor, Ben DeCristoforo, our building inspector, myself, Frank Stringy, city planner, Nick Rystrom, our city engineer, Paul Cheever, deputy fire chief, and Paula Genzio, DPW superintendent. Also here is Joe Maglione, assistant director of water and sewer for DPW. First item on the agenda I'm going to take up is Aladdin Grill, Squire Road. You want to come up?
Hello guys, how are you? We have the request from the city for the site plan review, and I think the guy did what we're supposed to do. I don't know if
Nick,
it's
this
right
is
to file.
for you. There's a few things outstanding. They didn't provide us before with the utility plan for water and sewer. And so this is 148 Squire Road at the corner. Is this the same that you reviewed? Yeah, what's the difference? What's the change?
Is there an addition or something?
No, there isn't a curb.
No, there isn't. We're adding a sidewalk in here.
So that's
Granite
the
curb,
proposal?
concrete sidewalk, yeah. With 16-foot driveway. Now that's gotta be one way. For two-way, you need 22 feet. So that'll be one way. This is gonna be, I believe, valet parking in here?
Yeah,
Is that true?
because Larkin Street, it's one-way street.
Yeah, yeah. That'll
So
be
that's
valet.
right. So this is the other entrance, this one?
Yeah, they come in and they come out. Yeah.
Only have one-way flow when you go.
Yes, yeah.
You can't come in from one.
No. Larkin's one way, this, oh, it can.
Yeah.
It's this way, yeah.
Have to come in that way, so make
Yeah.
this a one-way coming
Yeah.
around both.
It has to be one or the other.
Yeah,
So it's either this way or it's that way.
right,
I was assuming you were going to come this way, it's going to have more traffic on Square Road.
yeah.
But, I mean,
All right, so,
basically,
did you see this on, for plan review, on e-permitting?
no.
This new plan? Okay. Has this been uploaded to e-permitting, the new plan?
No, because I think we got told to file it when we do the building.
Right, last time they were there, we talked about the fact that the apartment wasn't shown and everything needed to be changed, so.
They said about the curbs and everything for the sidewalk.
Yeah, and landscaping, trees have to be planted along
Yeah.
this stretch. It's all in the site plan review letter. So,
But it should be reflected on the site
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So we need to upload this?
You need to upload this.
Okay, we'll do that.
So-
Well, does it reflect, the landscaping reflect on that plan, Frank?
No, but it's in site plan review letter, and I'm gonna make a comment on the plan review that it has to be added, because it's stated in the
Right, but
site plan review
should he
letter.
revise the plan first, then upload it?
Yeah, you could do that. You still have to resolve
Utilities.
the sprinkler system
Yep.
and fire alarm with the fire department. So add the trees here, just show them,
Okay,
as indicated in the site plan review letter, and upload that
okay.
to e-permitting. And then you get your review from the city engineer, myself, and then
Think of the
the
utilities
fire
reflect
department,
on
you
that
have to meet
plan?
with,
I don't see, I see the service here, I don't
Yeah.
see water. Yeah,
It is 16 feet wide, you want to give him flow direction for traffic.
yeah, that'll be included. That'll be a comment. So what you need to also show is
So we need the plans?
traffic flow, an arrow, like this, one way, okay? Or if you're gonna do it reverse, it has to be reversed.
Yep.
These have to be
It has
one
to be
way,
one way, yeah.
okay?
Yeah, you and I decided.
And you're gonna add the trees here,
Okay.
okay? make those changes.
If you choose this direction, you need to put it on the signs. If you choose the other direction, then you want to put it on the signs.
Okay?
Got it.
And then finalize the sprinkler system and fire alarms issue with the fire department, okay?
Okay.
And then you'll be good to go.
Have a good day.
Okay, next site plan is for 459 Revere Beach Boulevard. He's not here yet.
Who's that?
That's Rick Salvo. Let's have 25 Loomis Street. Come on up, Julie.
Hello. Julie DeMauro, 33 Loomis Street, Revere. Okay.
This is for a one-family conversion to a two-family. And Julie, you have your floor plans?
Yep.
Existing and proposed?
So this is just the general layout of the house. Overall square footage is about 5,000 square feet. That's the first floor and second floor. This is the first floor existing right now. And this is the second floor existing as well. So, and what I did do, pictures of the house, you can kind of get a general idea. So this is what the house looks like, and this is the side, there's a garage here, so we would basically close off the garage and make this an apartment, a one-floor apartment. And this is what it would look like. That's about 2,000 square feet.
First of all, Julie, you want to show the site plan showing the parking, or
So
Google map, or whatever you have? show
I got
you
a
have
couple of
the floor
pictures of
parking.
that. So what I do have, I have one that actually marks out the parking. One sec.
You take a look at that. Let's.
Well, these are the parking on both sides of the house.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
I actually have a drawing that has the
But can I see
measurement.
that Google map? Right
Yep.
Yeah, we need an overhead view.
Yep.
So you have a driveway on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
there? Oh, there you go. This is you
Yeah.
right here?
Yeah.
Okay, see
No.
this? Oh,
Nope, wrong one. Wrong map. One sec. So this is it. Okay. So this is their house right here. This is their full driveway. From here to here is about 50 feet. From here to here is about 26. This is the shared driveway. This is my house. This is the property line right here. This goes all the way back. This is about 44 feet. The reveal is about 20 feet. So
Which house are we converting?
you're converting this
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah,
All right, so what's the depth of this driveway?
50 feet.
50 feet, and how wide?
At the reveal, it right here is about 28. This I believe is about 20.
We need it at the,
This is just like a little carport
Okay.
that will come out.
it has to be at least 18 feet wide
Yep.
and 36 feet long.
Okay, so it meets that requirement, because this is 50 feet from here all the way to the fence.
So you have room for four cars to be parked in tandem,
Yep.
2 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And then I can fit another 2 cars here.
Yeah.
And where's the garage that you're,
So the garage is right here on the side.
that's
I
on the
tried
side?
to print it out on Google Maps, but I couldn't, but it's on this side of the house. So this would get closed off. And as you can see, so basically, if you're looking from the street, this is the existing driveway, this is where the garage would be. The 2 means of egress would be either walk into the kitchen or you'd walk into the living room, go back, and then there's 2 bedrooms. And this would be a doorway that would go into their utilities, because we're gonna separate the utilities out.
Okay.
Do you have windows in the bedrooms?
Yes, there's windows in the bedroom. So pretty much the windows are the same as what they're currently in the footprint of the house right
How
now.
big is the lot, Julie?
The lot is about 68 square feet. 68,000. 6,800 square feet, sorry.
Okay.
All right.
I've been down there, looked at it, plenty of room for the parking in the side yard, so
Okay.
she meets that requirement. The only concern is the two means of egress, which she shows now, both in off the kitchen and the living room.
Okay.
Showers on slab, so these windows basically, they're 44 inches.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Just a plan line.
Just apply for the building permit for conversion online.
Okay. And that's it?
Oh, what
She
would
needs
you
to upload
comment
her
on
floor
the
plan and
photos?
everything
Yep.
online.
Okay.
And you have to, I would meet separately with the fire department to have them
Yeah.
review and sign
Yeah.
off on your floor plan.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah,
So-
you might have to do some changes to your smokers.
Yes, definitely, yeah. So every room in the house has a smoke detector in it now, but it would need to be a hardwired all in, so that's, yeah. Yep, okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next site plan is for 48 Conan Street.
Hi. How are you? Good. Let's take a look at the plot plan.
What's the proposal here?
So this is
Convert
a-
to a two-family?
Yeah, yeah. They don't meet the parking standards. They're showing, 4 off-street parking spaces, but they don't meet the parking standards. So he's gonna have to seek relief.
Oh, there's 3.
I can put here just maybe see 3 inches here, chimney, see this chimney here. That's not going to be, that's not engineering correct here, because we are missing 3 inches.
Because of the chimney.
8 feet, 9 inches. Not 9 feet, not just before.
Oh, okay, so you don't have the width. So either way, maybe you can go for driveway width?
I would,
I mean here 40, almost 40,
Yeah, you need,
but just here.
I
just
mean,
here.
9 by 30.
yeah, I would go for this,
Yeah.
for your 4th
Yep,
parking space here.
yep,
So I would eliminate this,
yep.
and this be, 1, 2, yeah. 4, this is 3.
Okay.
1, 2. Okay, so make that revision. Has this plan been uploaded to the permitting?
No, that was for the building. This is site plan review now. Have you applied, you must have applied.
Yeah, applied, but then
Yeah.
I'm putting papers.
Well, you're gonna have to revise it. Revise your plot plan, like you said. This, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're removing this, so call the surveyor, okay? Have him show the drawing there. So this is 8 feet 4 inches. Okay, that's the width. Okay, just have them revise that plan to show the floor space right there.
All right. You will receive an email indicating that the plan will be denied, and you have to go before the, bring that letter to the city clerk and file for a variance for that 3 inches, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Site plan for 1539 North Shore Road.
I'm trying to do it to put the driveway in this right here. The issue that we have is
You put the driveway in the back, sir, where you
in
put
the
the
back,
driveway?
because what happened here is 8 feet. There is like 10, this is the house, this is 10 feet here, this is the front, and you have only 8 feet here. Until here is wide, and I'm trying to come here and put the driveway in the back. Because here it doesn't like for 9 feet, it will be 1 feet. But here is wide.
Yeah, but you still need 9 feet for a driveway width.
Like just for driving.
Yes.
You will not
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, you need 9 feet as a requirement, and there's no parking allowed in the rear yard. So on 2 counts, this plan would be denied.
What's that?
It would be denied on 2 counts because you don't have the width for the driveway and there's no parking allowed in the rear yard. Okay?
Can we apply if we go like for 8 feet, can we apply for the variance?
You can, it will be denied, and you can seek relief through the ZBA if you wish. But upload this plan. What is there now? Is this a single, a two-family?
Revised plan, Frank. This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
A two-family or a single
It's
family?
2 family.
Okay. And you want to provide just one parking space?
As long as we have, because we need just in here, it's already 2 family, we are not.
Is already legal occupancy for
Yes.
two?
I don't
Yes.
know what the.
Yes, I bought it.
Is that next to the?
It doesn't matter if you bought it as
Next
two.
to St. Jean's parking lot? The building next to St. Jean's? Park, the big parking lot?
Yes, yeah. No, it's legal 2 family.
All right. To make sure, go to the building department
Yeah.
and make sure there's a certificate for
Yes,
two-family.
it is, yes.
Okay. All right.
My question here is I can go, the reason why, it's 40, like the backyard is 40,
Yeah.
40 by 40, it's big backyard.
No parking in the backyard. So what you can do, you show a parking space here and a parking space here, 2 spaces, all right?
Okay.
This has to be,
This is why, this is enough.
that's fine. Here, you're gonna need a variance because it's 8 feet, and you need 9 feet, all right? So show these as the parking spaces, one here and one here. Upload this to e-permitting,
Okay.
and then it will be denied, okay?
Okay. How long it take for variance? Like, is any, like, any?
4 to 6 weeks.
For the, okay.
Frank, doesn't he have to get a curb cut from the state on that?
Get again?
Where is the North Shore Road?
Yeah, he's right on North Shore Road.
You don't, there's no curb cut there now?
No,
No cut.
Yeah,
that's a state curb cut.
I know, but for a two-family, where is this exactly on North Shore Road?
Right next to St. Jean's Credit Union.
Okay.
Between like a corner Shirley Ave and North Shore Road, there is a parking lot, there's after that.
I mean, it's not really not an increase in intensity of the use. Technically, you should go for, have a plan submitted to Mass DOT and have them approve the curb cut, because it's outside our DPW's jurisdiction. It's not a city roadway, it's a state roadway, and we can't issue a curb cut on that. So, Mass DOT.
No parking on that side.
You go to, it's District 4 in Arlington.
So it's on the opposite side of the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah. You have to have 2 things, you have to go for the cut and for the.
Variance, yeah. Okay. It can be done, I mean, you have to just go through the process.
Yeah. All right.
So think about it.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Okay. 50 Walnut Ave, site plan.
Morning. My name's Keenan Brennan. I'm with Star Incorporated, 38 Johnston Street, Boston, Mass. I'm here today seeking a determination for zoning for the placement of fixed wireless equipment on the rooftop at 50 Walnut Ave. This is a City of Revere Housing Authority building. We're in the process of trying to secure roof rights through an RFP as we speak. Mainly here today to figure out what my next step would be in the zoning process. This installation, I've diagrammed here on a sketch. It basically is 3 antennas, 18 inches in diameter, placed on the roof that will serve the building with low-cost internet as well as surrounding buildings.
How high are the antennas? 3 feet?
No, 18 inches, 8
18
foot and a half.
inches in height?
Yeah,
So these are new antennas?
yes, they are.
New balance frames? New balance frames?
Yes.
Okay, this would be special permit before the city council.
Just want to point out that there are exemptions in the wireless bylaw.
I understand that.
Okay.
Now, these are 3 additional antennas?
Yes.
Correct, they're not replacing
No, this
or
is a new,
modifying existing equipment up there?
no, this is a
So-
brand new installation.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it would be the special permit to the city council.
okay. This is an over-the-air microwave system, which would fall under the OTARD ruling of the FCC, less than 24 inches in diameter.
You understand that?
I don't, but why don't you email me that?
Be happy to, sure.
Statute,
Mhm.
and we can clear it with the city solicitor.
Okay.
Yeah. Send us a copy of that, and we'll see if you're exempt.
Yeah, my.
Right now, on the way we interpret it, you have to file,
All right.
unless you can tell us,
Sure.
show us proof otherwise.
Okay. Thank you.
You also pass that to me?
site plan for 25 Main Street? 25 Main Street? No.
What do you ask for?
25A.
Site plan for Tuttle Street, parcel 17.
Oh, the leak? Yeah, these ones.
Mr. Chairman,
Right.
my name is Attorney Lawrence Simeone. For the record, I represent Roadway Inn, 309 American Legion Highway. Roadway Inn is proposing to construct a private garage, a private parking area at 0 Tuttle Street. It'll consist of 4,500 square feet of land in the RB district. Pass those up, Mr. Building Inspector. Mr. Chairman, I don't know if I have enough to share, Mr. Rystrom. Good to see you, Fire Chief. Deputy Fire Chief. Try not to give you... Okay, I think I got enough. Good. So, Roadway Inn, as you know, has a significant history in this community. It was taken over by some individuals who had really turned that particular hotel around and really turned it into a fine establishment to the point that they actually got a national brand. They call it a national brand, and that's Roadway Inn. This is another step in their attempt to be a good neighbor and at the same time continue their history of doing the right thing. They've acquired an interest in what I refer to as 0 Tuttle. 0 Tuttle is really 34 Tuttle. 34 Tuttle, the structure is, I believe it's a one-family home, and there were 2 lots next to it, and we acquired those 2 lots. They're 4,500 square feet, and the lots are in the RB district in accordance with the ordinance 17-16-320. We must seek a special permit from the Honorable Revere City Council. As you look at the plan, I just want to draw your attention to the aerial photo, because unfortunately this photo is not updated. So when you look at the photo,
Parking here already.
you'll see the proposed parking lot overlaid by Rick Salvo at Engineering Alliance. And if you look heading down Tuttle Street to that area that looks open, that is the current parking space that was done. Now, the current parking space was granted a special permit by the honorable members of the City Council in 2012. At that point, they voted, I believe it was unanimously, and the ward councilman, Councilor Guanasso, was in favor of it. They added 14 spaces of off-street parking to assist the hotel, as we are proposing now, to add 14 spaces. The proposed engineering, as set forth by Engineering Alliance, includes, when you look at the property, its topography, the slope goes to the far right corner of the lot. Catch basin will be installed along with a subsurface detention center, which has been designed and will certainly be reviewed by the city engineer. That particular subsurface detention facility will meet the 100-year storm. In 2012, CZ0412, the council adopted this particular design and accepted it and granted a special permit. The distinction is, and when you look at 17-16-32, there is minimum criteria set down for that particular ordinance. The council, in its implied authority, can modify those minimum criteria and have had a history of doing that. So once again, we're going to ask the council to accept the screening area as we propose it, 2 vinyl fences on both sides, screening area in the back with trees and fence, mulch and so forth. So it'll be this exact same design that you see there today. If you were to drive by it at 16 Tuttle, it would be this exact same design. I've once again consulted with the ward councilman. He understands that we'll be seeking that modification. He didn't have a problem with the modification in 2012, so I'm hoping that's how I'll resolve that one issue.
Okay. Understanding that, you will receive a denial letter, it will be emailed to either you or the engineer on the project. Once you receive that, you can apply for your special permit. There will be indication in the denial letter that you do not comply with the required buffer, 6-foot buffer areas where abutting residential properties, and you can take that matter up to with the city council and seek relief through them.
Okay, that would be fine. Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, if you want,
If this is uploaded now, you may
It is.
get the letter today. At the
Terrific.
Okay?
thank you.
All right. Okay, 38 Fenley Street?
My name is Hector. I'm not the owner. I'm just a contractor just trying to pull out a permit for this, but I didn't want to go through all the hassle before I bring this to you guys.
What is this for?
Just a one-floor single home that they're trying to-
Second story addition?
Second story
Let's take a
addition.
look, do you have any elevations?
It should have been best.
Will remain a single family? Will remain a single family?
Correct.
I don't know what it looks like right now.
Yeah, Nick's pulling it up. The ranch. What's a ranch now?
Yeah.
Getting-
Okay, it's on the
What's
top.
going on the second floor? Bedrooms and a bathroom?
Correct.
Let's take a look at the floor plan. Okay, 3 bedrooms and a bathroom.
What's on the lower level? Nothing in the basement?
Yeah.
It's only 1,000 square feet, right, fine.
Yeah.
All right. You can proceed. Just upload everything for your building permit application.
Okay.
Okay?
Appreciate
All
it.
right. Sir, why don't you come up? What are you here for?
Yeah, 5 Washington Ave.
5 Washington Ave, again.
Yes, I came here many times. I hope this is my last day.
Is this for a house of worship?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you have, sir?
The engineer gave me this plan.
Great.
You want to? Sure. Thank you.
So you're to provide us with a parking layout plan. And you're providing 15 parking spaces. The only problem I see with this is this 15th spot. See 22 feet between here and here? You only provide 20 feet, so your aisle width has to be 22 feet. So you either eliminate this parking space, or you have to seek relief. We'll take it out. All right. So it's 1 space for every 5 parishioners?
Yes.
So that would establish your
Those elevations.
occupancy?
Yes.
No, those are, it's interior. It's seat type.
Is this area presently hot top? That's asphalt now?
Yes. Yes.
It's all parking now.
So,
And you wouldn't require any new curb cuts? You're using the same curb cut on Washington Ave? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So Frank, this is the answer, you have to accept it by an architect. He's got a seating plan here for 45.
Well, he has 14 parking spaces. Yeah, so his occupancy would be 70.
What's the plan for this area? What's that?
So I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, in the back there's a fence there. There's a fence. Yeah, if I want, I can take it out. If I don't want to, just yeah.
Yeah. So to proceed further with this, the next step would be approval from the fire department and
I
the
think
building
they
department
went
for a
there. I
building
think they
permit.
went there last week.
Okay, sir, let me just make one comment. So this is a seating plan that's issued by a land surveyor.
Yes.
We're gonna need it by a registered architect.
Which is
All right, yeah, but we can deal with that on the building permit end.
okay.
So we're gonna deal with it on the registered, we need a
So
registered
you want me to
architect.
tell them that?
You can, I don't know who you're gonna tell, but,
Yeah, the engineer, because I don't know.
okay, yeah, maybe he can direct you with the, you know, because you're gonna have to deal with restrooms. Now you have totally different occupancy group, and you have to, gonna comply with the code issues.
And also, what modification will we be making to the exterior of the building? Would you be leaving it the same? You'd be making modifications?
No, no.
So same
Would be-
entranceway?
Yes, an entrance, something.
So again, you're gonna need a registered architect to lay this out for you, and you're gonna be limited to how many parking spaces you do have to your occupant load. So if you're saying 45 or whatever the
Yeah,
calculations
yes.
come out to, you're only limited to that,
Yes.
okay? I don't know if you meet the code issues relative to bathrooms, but
Bathroom.
you're gonna have to have someone analyze that, as far as an architect's concerned.
I don't see a second means of egress.
Yeah, I don't know, means of egress, you have, this is the zoning end of it, now you have to deal with the code end of it, okay? I suggest that you get you're gonna need a licensed architect to analyze the code end of it as well now.
All right, for instance, you don't show a second means of egress. The capacity of your bathroom has to be properly sized
Yes.
for your amount of occupancy. So take those all up, that's why you need an architect to
Yeah,
advance these
you
plans.
you should get someone that can represent you and to analyze what your code issues are going to be.
So, you know, you basically, he laid on your parking spaces based on the existing conditions. If you looked at taking the fence down, you could move these spaces back
Yes.
here and get more
Yes, I
space.
can get, yeah,
So,
yeah.
take a look
I
at.
can have like 10,
Yeah.
10 more back. All right, so,
How many do they need, Frank?
Well, right now, he shows 14, eliminating this one, that
Right.
was non-compliant, 14 parking spaces, gives him 70 occupants,
Okay.
70 persons.
so I'm sorry. So how many things do I have to fix, please? Can you write it down for me? Like, I don't know.
So, right down, so you're gonna have to quantify what your code issues are to your, whoever analyzes, your registered architect.
Oh, which
So
side?
they're gonna have to quantify what your issues are. I cannot analyze it for you. You have to comply with the code, basically.
Okay, so I am okay with this side plan for this.
So that's the zoning end.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Correct. Now you have to deal with the code issues.
Code issue inside the building,
Sorry?
inside the building.
Correct.
All right. Can I have, I'm sorry. Do you have a piece of paper? So I'm sorry. All right?
Okay.
Okay, you understand? So you should be represented by an architect and make the
Architect.
changes. I know you're trying to do this yourself, but you should have an architect.
Yeah, no, I take an engineer to do it.
For the site plan, an engineer,
Yes.
but for the
Inside.
building floor plan and code requirements, architect, registered architect.
Okay, thank you.
Tomorrow night. Continue this tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
There was some sort of scheduling issue with City Serve, that's why I'm not on the
Okay,
docket.
what's the address?
93 Steeple Street. I am just, Daniela Nowicki, good morning. I am just trying to file a DBA. The clerk said I had to check with you guys. I'm not actually conducting business in my home. I visit people in their homes.
Okay, and what type of business?
I'm a doula. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's pregnancy and birth support.
Oh, okay.
Did anybody know what that was? I'm a doula. Oh,
It's a new term, though.
okay, now you know. DOULA.
So this is a home occupation, you reside in the home? Mm-hmm. And you will be seeing clients in the home?
No.
No?
You're just establishing
Establish-
that.
It's a
Yes, I need
business.
bank accounts, I need to
Okay.
file taxes, things
Not a
like
problem.
that.
We can touch base with the city clerk.
With the clerk?
Yep, you can tell them you even came to site plan review that we're fine with.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
should be okay to go
Yeah,
down?
should be,
Excellent.
okay?
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Okay. Benny, I know, you still waiting for, okay, well, hold on right now. We're going to be delayed a few minutes. We're waiting for the applicant for 646 Ocean Avenue to show up. And we'll continue. No, they're arriving at 11.
You got an email yesterday, so.
Yeah.
Wasn't that from Corey?
No, that's something else. That's this one. That's the other lot. Parcel 2, Ocean Avenue, right next to the Vanguard.
Oh, it's 46.
This is the Mingo property.
Paul, St. Jean's relative to location of propane tank, are you all set? On 151 BFW?
No, somebody coming.
Oh, okay, so he didn't reach out. Yes, that furnace. All right, I'm gonna forward you the email. I was under the impression it was all set, so I'll forward it to the tree. Oh, so I'll forward you the email and then you can contact me. All right, okay. I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
You gonna touch base with him or wait for his email? Okay. Steve Nagy. And that's who's doing it? That's who's doing it? Yes.
He's working on it now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
We told 11 o'clock. We thought we were.
Yeah, we would close the meeting and resume at 11, but since you're here early, we'll continue it open.
You can come. Oh, I might have missed it.
How's everything going?
Well, I have you two guys here. This woman called me.
Standish Road.
Standish
I
Road.
talked to her.
That's a buildable lot for single family.
I have no idea. I wanted to give her a call. Is it?
I reviewed it, yeah.
Yeah,
There's no structures on it, it's 40 foot.
It's not held in common
3,000.
ownership?
She says, no, it's held in separate ownership, we need proof of that.
Yeah. And is it, that's 40 feet from it?
Yeah.
All right. I told her,
What does it need?
I asked if it was held in common, she said, no, it's a separate
I
ownership.
know, I
Single family, no, there you go. Well, I'll have her clarify that.
I was looking
I
at
know
it.
the lot, I know the
Any
lot.
I
determination.
was trying to get out.
Small lot.
Morris Lou said.
But it meets the grandfather lot requirement, you know, but if it's held a common one, these are the things, that's what we have to find out.
You have to do what?
It's hard to communicate. They have to provide the parking for these.
Yes.
If it's held a common one.
Yes.
She says it's not, it's a separate lot, but we'll see.
It is?
Dana could find that.
Yeah, well, it shows 4 and 5, so it must be separate.
Well, it's a separate lot, I don't know if it's.
I could look up ownership on it. Right back.
Do it legally.
Okay, back to business, 646 Ocean Avenue. Are we waiting for anybody else?
No, we're ready to roll.
We're ready to go, okay. All right. You were before the ZBA, has that been continued? Till tomorrow, okay.
I've drafted and presented a decision to the board. I haven't had any feedback on it yet. I'm happy to share it with the site plan committee if you like.
Could we just clarify the number of units? Is it 209? Yeah.
This is it right here.
So you guys ready? You ready to?
Yeah, we go, ready to go. Let's add this to my file.
Thank you again for, I'll just start off. Thank you again for meeting us here today. As you remember, right at the beginning of the year, we were here for site plan review, as it was required to get denied and then make the application for the ZBA. At that time, we presented, pretty much the whole proposal that was here. And there was a couple of things that kind of came out of that initial design review. In fact, there were 3 things. The first thing was you required us to get the variances, which we're in the process of doing, and we'll be on for a meeting tomorrow night. Second thing was discover the water line that ran through the center of the building. So these plans have been changed and moved off to the side of the building in sort of the entry drive, the access drive. And then lastly, in conformance with some of your requirements, we now have access to the rear of the building to get access to that water line. So the building was moderately changed, which took some time to get it re-engineered and the architecture done. So those are the 3 things that came out of that past meeting, and they've been incorporated in this design. If you'd like us to go through the plans again, we're happy to.
Yeah, I think we need to, while we have everybody here, if we make sure everybody's on board with any of these changes.
You want to show the board just
Yeah.
I'm just focus maps just to orient you to the site.
They have to provide a letter.
This is us here, 500, 650, Wonderland is here. It's a little closer in, shows you where our neighbors are. Here's 500 Ocean, this is Gray Star Revere Residential at 650. Again, Wonderland's up here, this is us right here. Shows you just an aerial and where we're located. There's Ocean 650 constructed. Site's under development right now. And there's Wonderland right there. This is the police barracks. I'm just going to show you some renderings here. Mark in any order. That's what the building looks like.
So this building is a 5-story building over 2 stories of parking. At the street level, There's retail uses like we talked about before. We have a restaurant planned for the left side of the building, as it's shown here, and then maybe a general store for the balance of the street front retail. The retail itself, we don't think it's going to be a destination. As the police chief said last time, most of the customers at these stores will be walking from building to buildings, given the concentration of apartment homes at the site, which is the majority of the reason for the variance. The retail requires parking. We don't believe it needs parking, and that's part of the reason for the variance. Just look at these 209 apartment homes over their structured deck, and the retail hiding the parking in the back. There's the majority of these apartment homes, and like we like to call them apartment, the majority of the apartment homes are studios and one bedrooms. The average size of these apartments are probably the smallest they have on that avenue, because we're really focused on a very specific target market, namely the millennials, young professionals, and in that market, it's designed, both the amenities and the development, to target that specific target segment, like some of the things you see in downtown Boston right now, sort of these very small apartments. The building itself is sort of like an A, and if you want to turn the page here, you can kind of see that. See it on drawing number 5, I guess. It's A0.05. It's a couple pages back. Now this floor is actually the third floor on the building. It's above the 2 stories of parking. As you can see, it's built as a sort of an A. There's a center courtyard, and then there's the amenity area in the middle where it says amenity, and then there's the pool on the outside. So that's what you get from these sort of renderings here. That's where the pool is. It's up top here in this little U area. Then there's a walk-through amenity area to the bigger courtyard, and that's what you see over there, the courtyard in the middle. So what we have here is a continuous, amenity area from inside the building, through the gym, out to the pool, and then there's a roof deck kind of above that area, that 3-story building there. If you turn to the next page, this gives what that would look like on the 4th floor or the 5th floor. Mm-hmm. And you have the apartments there. What this does is it allows us to maximize all the views of the ocean and not have any apartment really looking at each other, and make use of the building differently than what's been done on the street.
So basically, the upper levels to the bottom that we're looking over.
So that would be on the 3rd
Cool,
floor.
yeah. So, okay.
That, if you just page it through, that would be, the 6 is the 3rd level, and then this is the upper level, which you see part of the roof terrace.
So the courtyard and the amenity area and the pool area, there's no proposed cooking, right?
There's no outside grilling, no. I mean, inside there'd probably be a kitchen, but not a grilling on the outside. Tom, you want to go through the engineering quickly in the parking?
So courtyard B wouldn't be visible from the street level.
It will not.
That's a hidden courtyard.
That's a hidden courtyard. Again, the site was more of a square than normal on the block, and that's why we designed it like this.
All right. Is your architect here? One question, obviously, is the compliance with floodplain construction, because you show retail or restaurant areas, retail areas within the 100-year floodplain, which would have to be floodproof unless you plan on elevating them above elevation 12.
No, what we'll end up doing is we'll put storm. We talked about last time. There's these storm panels that you can put in that qualify to meet that floodplain regulation. So So before the storm, we slide them in, which I've used before in New York, in the village, and just actually built in the floodplain. You slide these storm panels and it stops the surge when that does happen. We're not above the floodplain for this reason.
Yes, as long as you meet floodplain construction standards, that would have to be reviewed by the building department and Conservation Commission.
If I'm looking at 3, I'm looking at 4. And when I look at those 2 drawings, you show retail, you said there's a proposed restaurant, I'll say to the left of the page.
So let's look at all 3.
Yep.
One of these, there's two different retail places. One on the left, one on the right. One of these will be a restaurant, one of these will be a general store. And then we also have our little leasing area, amenity area, also front side.
Okay, so the reason I ask is because you say one will be a restaurant, one will be a store. If you're looking to propose a restaurant, you're gonna need a duct up through the building, and the one to your right is under your pool, so that might be a difficult undertaking. And when I get to 5 and 6, I don't see a utility area about the one to the left here.
We'll have to run it up through the roof, yes. We just haven't showed it. Yet. Or up the side. But we'll have to get that as well. It's just not a detail.
Okay, just changes your apartment.
In regards to the site plan, we've spoken with the engineer on both projects, so the streetscape is going to be consistent streetscape across the frontage. We'll be pulling out the existing curb line is back here. We're going to be pulling that out with new sidewalk areas located across the frontage. In addition to that, we are proposing 3 parallel parking spaces in front of the building. As Mark indicated, our main driveway is actually into the underground parking, or the first floor parking is located in the central portion of the building. We do have a second means of egress into the parking garage, but that's really the second. It'd be for more loading and a back of house, but it'll be fully available. But really, most of the residents and any retail patrons will be coming through the main part of it. As was indicated last time, there's an existing water main located right through the middle of the project. So part of this revision is we slid the building over slightly, and then the architect made modifications to the back of the building. As you can see, you can see how this got truncated here as compared to what it was before. So we are now, as part of this plan, probably day 1, the water main will be rerouted around the property with a easement. I believe it's an existing 10-foot easement. We'll be replacing the 10-foot easement, and then we'll be tying into the water main as it goes off to the property. In addition to that, pushing the project over here does also allow the city to get access into maintain the drainage in the rear. We are providing our stormwater requirements located basically in this access drive. Underneath the access drive, we'll be putting underground galleys similar to the 2 projects next door. But to make room for this project, ultimately the outlet pipe will actually go into the garage space and then come back out to free up that space for the existing water main. No, the storm drainage, I'm sorry. This will be a private storm drainage, but we had to do that to free up some real estate for you to make sure you're outside the building with no impact. So the outside galleys the galleys are actually outside, so we'll be able to maintain those easily. It'll be just the pipe, but that's pretty traditional. It's on-grade parking in there, so for you to get in there and access, for us to get in there and access would not be an issue. And then that way we hit this manhole right on at 90 degrees. And then, like I said, we free up this entire 10-foot easement for you for your water main, and that's. But also that'll be all gravel or pavement, so access into that area is also is available for you. ultimately, that's the one revision to the plans that occurred since the last time we were here.
A few things about the water. I don't see one at the back of the property, but I'd like to see a gate valve on the water line back there.
Okay. Back here?
Yep.
Isolate that one, okay.
Right. And then also, with relation to the proposed services, I'd like to see an inline gate on each side of the proposed services you have down in the corner of the building.
Yeah.
Generally, we require basically like a 4-gate setup. We have one on each side and then one on each of the domestic and
One in-
fire. On the main line.
On the main?
Yep,
So we'll put a gate here and a gate here.
yep. One south on the main, one north on the main.
So you can isolate, once again, isolate that whole.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Are the gate valves for the domestic, right now we show them in the pavement, should they go in actually the sidewalk?
You show them where, in the street?
Yeah, in the pavement, in the street.
So, I mean, I don't have an issue with them, you know, kind of in the gutter line.
Okay. But get them maybe
But
a little
if
closer
on the
to
sidewalk is fine too, you know, unless.
We'll work out those details.
Sure.
But, okay, so we're gonna put a gate valve here and here, and we're gonna gate valve, I believe. Now, do you need a gate valve here too?
What is that?
This is where the water starts and breaks off to the back?
The new line, yep.
Yes, so you can once again isolate that whole, okay. Do you need gate valves on the main line there, or just the line around the back?
On the main line,
So
on
would
the
that
back,
be a
and then
3-gate?
But you can use the one, you can use
Oh.
it for the middle. Yeah, so one to the south.
One right here?
Right,
Okay,
There you
so
go.
2, this would be 2, this would be 4, and
correct,
then this is 1.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
The other thing is I see, you know, it's shaded, but I see some water services that had gone into that property.
Yes, that's
I don't know
based
if-
upon the mapping that we received.
So just be aware that any of those services, you know, 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever they are, they're gonna need to be removed all the way out to the
All the
main
way
line.
to the main?
Yes,
Okay, so these will be abandoned to the main.
right.
Okay, great.
So then along the lines of the sanitary connection, you just have one, is that right, coming on out of the corner of the building?
You know, the mechanical engineer hasn't been engaged yet,
Okay.
depending on whether it's a restaurant or what are the other uses. That could have additional connections, we just don't have that detail at this time.
There's not an existing sewer connection there?
Not
is
that
there?
we can see.
Okay. So then, you mentioned that there is the proposal for a restaurant. So you'll have to look into a grease interceptor for that restaurant?
Okay, yes.
Generally, that's on the service line somewhere on the property, because
Yep.
you'll have to, the owner will have to maintain that. And then as far as the stormwater goes, I'm sure that you've gone through it already, but I'm gonna need the full stormwater analysis in your drainage design.
Yeah,
That
I
shows your
emailed that to you
calculations and
last
stuff.
time. There's been no
Okay,
changes.
no changes?
No changes, because we just shifted the building over.
Okay.
If anything, we actually decreased the impervious a little bit by the building getting smaller.
Okay.
But there was no changes to that analysis.
What's giving us the room, that water line in the back of the building?
Excuse me?
How much room do we have between the building and the MBTA fence in the back?
Well, the MTA, there's actually a little strip of land here, so we're providing 10 feet here. And then it looks like another 10 feet before the MTA. There's a strip of land, I think, owned by MTA, but
Yeah.
the fence is here.
We don't have access to that. It's very, we can't go in there whatsoever.
Correct. So we have a 10-foot clear. It's wider here, but it's 10 foot, so we may, and initially we were trying to get some slight encroachment into that 10 foot, and then I think response from your department or somebody at City Hall said that's not gonna work for us, we need 10 foot clear.
And 10 feet is at the shop,
Yeah.
but we're trying to make that turn. So we have
10
to
feet's
get
your
it-
minimum.
10 foot is the minimum here, we actually, it gets wider
Needs to
as it
be.
goes here, and then it gets much wider through here. So in the corner, I can give you the,
Can you talk about the landscaping on that side?
yeah.
Joe, at that back corner, From the building to the property, it's 19.
So right on the corner,
Yep, right, yep. No, I'm with you.
right in the corner, it's closer to 15 feet. You know, and as you, so on this corner, it's 20 feet. So you should be able to swing around there. In terms of landscaping, based upon your access and your needs, we have, initially, we had a fairly robust landscaping here, but if you look at the two neighbors, they have a lot of gravel there because people are trying to get access. So we focused our landscaping on the front streetscape, and in the back area, we've called it to be lawn or gravel, so when you do go over it, you don't rip up all the shrubs. So initially, we had a very robust.
What's the general width and depth of the building?
The depth? It's just if we took the middle of the building right there,
I can't.
203 feet. 203 feet, and then the width is about 224.
The white line is the right line.
Yeah, the building though itself is, yeah, correct. Yeah, I think the lot itself, something like 220 by, like, 260, something like that. So yeah, we did pull out so this is just lawn, so when you do go in there to maintain it, it's not detailed landscaping.
Lawn?
We anticipate, the two neighbors appear to be, and the plans say lawn or gravel, if you're.
Yeah, we prefer crushed stone.
Crushed stone?
Yeah.
So it's gonna mirror to what he asked. Code requires me to have 250-foot access from my fire pump to every side of that building.
Okay.
So the only way you're gonna meet code right now is if you look at that side, and it's supposed to be a 20-foot minimum width.
Yep.
The only where you're gonna meet code is if you look at the south side
of
that building, and you provide access. That means bearable access for a fire apparatus to drive down the side of it.
Is gravel acceptable if a structural engineer says it's?
I'm gonna say no. initially. So you gotta look at that because it's gonna have to be a road base.
Okay. So
that's fine.
That can be worked. So you're saying this has to be extended through here. Okay. And you're saying 20 foot?
20 foot is what code requires. You have some issues with balconies and, you know, well, my cave is maintained at the back, yeah, as long as we get. Yeah.
Well, even at this last balcony here.
Yeah, you got.
Well, whatever we have to.
I'm saying it's getting empty.
You need access to both sides?
No, as long as I can get the front.
Well, I'm just looking at, I'm looking at 650, they have a driveway going all the way back, which.
Yeah, they have a driveway.
Yeah, but I can't use the neighbor's property, it's gotta be on that house. That's to be it.
Right.
So.
They have pavement up to here, and then there's, I think, a fence, and then this is basically gravel here. So, what's the dimension I need to look at in terms of how far I have to extend that?
Probably about where you are now.
Right there?
Yeah, to that balcony.
So right there, give you a sense of, right there.
So the magic number is 250.
250, that gives you 250.
Alright, so you look at the back side of the building. Right now, that's why I asked for the overall. So if I get a fire apparatus up there, that's 200. It's 250.
Okay, I see.
Now I need to get on that point.
I see what you're saying. So I have to measure, you're gonna park here.
Yep.
I have to measure here and here.
So you're gonna put a fire apparatus at that corner.
Yep.
So 250.
Yep, I know, okay.
And put it, so just real rough.
200.
Yeah, so there's your 250. Now I'll go from that mark, 250 back around the other side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's,
pretty good, huh?
Right? So we gotta get you from there. That way you can get to the basically the farthest point, which is right here.
Yep.
I got you. Okay. And while reality is, yeah, there is driveway, there's access easements.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to pave, we gotta get your paved surface to there.
20 foot wide, 13 and a half feet high.
So can we have balconies on the upper levels?
No, but you gotta give me that, because now I gotta get a ladder in there, so I can't clear that. You can have the balconies, but let's look at what you got. So your balconies are sticking out now?
But right now, the building itself is 22 feet, so we have
How
that.
far are you
But the balcony is 18. Okay, so we're gonna pave, so based upon that, we'll have to redo the drainage counts.
So you say hit gravel or lawn, what do you mean by gravel, just out of curiosity?
Just a crushed stone.
Crushed stone, okay.
Crushed stone.
Placeholder for now until this conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Because I saw what the neighbors were doing, plus it's in a flood zone, right? So, if you, really it's parked in the first level, so landscaping was just simply wasn't getting in a shadow. So we're probably doing a crushed stone here. Maybe we do a low gravel, but based upon this, maybe just all gravel.
It's Catholic, you have to figure where you're going down, or
Yeah.
rock lower, or wet.
Yeah, so you can play with the finished material, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you build a road base.
Yeah, you might be able to use crushed stone, just have a good road bed there to.
Yeah, what we've done before is we, there's two options. One, we just pave it and just call it a day. The other option is we basically build a road base
Why
and
don't
we
we
just,
why don't we just pave it then?
and we just top dress it.
Yeah.
You know, whichever we can
When you're
work.
putting a road base there either way, whether you pave it or not.
Yeah.
You have a total impervious
The
site
pavement's
now.
gonna affect it.
so-
Yeah, it's
You're
100%
trying,
impervious.
you're trying to make your storm counts work?
No, we're 100% impervious
Yeah.
today, so it's just a matter of, worst case, we gotta have one extra galley.
We should
I mean,
put
it's-
pavers.
No, I would say that's, well, I don't think the water companies would be happy about pavers when they have to maintain that water main, so I didn't bring that up.
Easy to dig though.
There is some grid systems, but it just, if you're gonna get it out of the.
You'll have that fight with the Conservation Commission on what material.
Yeah, I think we'll get the final detail, but it'll be,
Again, you're 100%
this has to be,
impervious now.
roadworthy. Okay, we can do that.
Top of my head, I don't know, what do we get for hydrants out in front of this parcel? I know we got one to the
Yeah,
left
we-
parcel.
Yeah, we had. Right?
Okay. Got it, too. Good.
We actually have two in front.
Okay. Where the sprinkler room is right now?
I don't think we've got to that detail yet.
No problem.
And I see that your neighbors over here, they had Siamese mounted the front of the building, I think.
No, it's part of the test.
Oh, just a test?
Yeah. Which elevation? Elevation of the building?
On the first floor? Oh, top level?
Top, yeah.
How many stories?
5.
I don't know. We have
It's
to.
a lot of page, I can't read.
Yeah.
Top, it's under 85 feet.
Oh, here. I have the architecture.
It's on 15, 815.
Okay.
These are top number.
73, 85.
Okay.
They're showing 74.
Okay.
74 above grade level. Okay. That's to this elevation. It looks like there's a parapet that sticks up, so maybe you're at 76, something like that, to the top of the parapet.
You're proposing a roof deck?
Yes.
Based on experience, there'll be no gas grill or any type of gas onto that roof deck. So we've had issues with a couple of roof decks that we've let go. We've allowed cooking on them and they continue to exceed capacity. So I want to eliminate.
Are you guys collecting your roof drainage and putting it into the system, the infiltration system? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's where we get the biggest bang for the buck.
Yeah.
So you have one means of access and egress. I don't see a dimension on your driveway width coming off of Ocean Avenue.
Yeah, we can add that. It's,
It should be 24. Yeah.
yes, it's 24.
Okay.
We can add that.
15 on the side.
One last thing regarding design. You're aware you need to go before the design review board on this property because it's under the overlay of the legislature for design review board review. So I would begin that process as you advance your architectural drawings after you, if you receive your variance, start to proceed with them and get that process going. You can coordinate that with Bob O'Brien in the office.
They've seen it preliminarily.
Oh, good, good, yeah. That's right, you did have a preliminary review with them. I don't foresee any issues at all. It's a pretty well-designed building. I can see. And you meet with DCR also early on in the process to make sure your bump outs are approved by them and your streetscape is all continuous to the rest of the development.
David, one other thing relative to your 54A letter.
Yeah.
Putting the, just send me an email with the owner's information. I will put together a letter, send it back to you, and you can present it to the Secretary of Transportation.
Yeah.
Just for the approval.
Got it.
No, Secretary of Transportation. Just because it butts railroad.
Railroad right away, yeah.
Railroad right away.
You have to make a traffic plan for DCR.
The letter I'm
No.
gonna send to them, I send to you first, you're gonna do, just give it a once-over?
I have a form letter.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we'll author it. Just give me the particulars of the
Oh, okay.
ownership, and I'll send it back to you.
Okay, great, then I'll submit.
Yep.
Yeah.
The letter comes from me. Petition is the Secretary of Transportation. But, David, you have my email?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, thanks, Ben.
Yep.
The utilities will hold it for or something?
They're the E1s, look at,
Last comment, you have a set of egress stairs that are going up to the back of the building.
Yes.
Okay, so that means you need to have an improved walkway from that egress to the public way.
Okay.
So, gravel and grass, there has to be a way that person that goes out there to walk the walkway around.
I don't,
The one in the back.
Unless
one
that's
back
not
goes into the garage. The door is in the garage and the stripe for the handicap. There's no access to that.
Okay. So that's an egress stairs that dump you back into the building?
There should be access to the outside.
Yeah, so you're gonna basically tell me I'm gonna pull that for access, I have to go back into the building, to the garage,
They
and
should
now
be.
it's in the building.
They should be, they should,
WD code.
yeah, they should.
We'll talk to the architect about that.
I believe we briefed you on the fees for soil mitigation, which will be 10-to-1 removal. That'll be a term, we accept a soil mitigation fee, 50% prior to building permit, 50% prior to occupancy permit. It's based on a formula which will be outlined in your site plan review letter. It's basically 10 times 110 gallons per bedroom times $1.30, and that's your fee. Also, since you need a variance for this, it'll be subject to Community Improvement Trust Fund participation, which is 3% of the construction costs above and beyond what your building requires as of right. So based on the number of parking spaces that you ask for relief, it'll be determined how many units that would entail in addition above and beyond what you're allowed as of right. And it'll be 3% of the construction costs of those units. That'll all be outlined in this site plan review letter. that calculation is determined by your,
Architect and approved by us,
Yeah.
building department.
After the fact, afterwards?
Depending on what you receive for relief.
yeah. So you will receive a site plan review letter, which is a preliminary, which will give you a set of conditions which you'll follow, and we'll continue to meet with you as design advances through the design review board and after you receive your variance. Okay, any other questions? No, good.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
That concludes the site plan review committee meeting for
Hey,
April
Ira.
23rd.
How you doing? Thanks, Ben.